Hello and namaste. This is Unfold. You are watching us on Awaz Entertainment, and we are here in the studio with Deputy Chief Nick Milinovich from Peel Region Police. Continuing our conversation from our last episode, Deputy Chief, so we spoke about intimate partner violence and how Peel is working to make it more survivor-centric. Now, I also know that you have worked in many other areas with the community. So Peel region being one of the most diverse communities, would you like to share a little bit with our viewers about your experience of working with immigrant and more so with the South Asian communities, and what has changed over years in that front?
Well, I really appreciate the question. And it's interesting because, of course, there's an incredibly large, actually one of the largest South Asian populations in Peel, and I've had the opportunity to do that for 6 years. And I have to tell you, so I am a son of people that immigrated to this country, and one of the things that immediately jumped out for me when I came to Peel is there's not a lot of difference. Our South Asian community is incredibly supportive of police. They believe in right and wrong. They believe in safety, and they're willing to advocate for that. In fact, they're very, very supportive of police. And so I draw the own parallels to my own background, which is very, very similar. It's an amazing community to be attached to. In fact, I really believe we are very lucky here in Peel. If there's an issue or a problem or our police service needs something, our community is behind us. And that doesn't exist everywhere. So, it's definitely something that I look at when I wake up in the morning, and I'm thankful for.
I myself belong to a South Asian immigrant community, and I for sure can vouch on that we come from a system where we place a lot of belief and trust in police and in systemic changes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think you rightly pointed that out. So having said that, we have I also have heard of or read and also been a small part of community ambassador program that Peel region runs. So how much of that is tied to what you are doing under your pillar?
Everything. So, the idea of a community ambassador program is to draw connections and correlation to the community. The reality is I think what any responsible police service needs to do is, and it's like, these are not necessarily new concepts. A community really needs to believe that a police organization is there to represent it and is there for them. The community ambassador program, our culturally responsive policing program, it's all intended to ask our community, we're here to serve a purpose. How can we best serve that purpose for you? What are the issues that you want us to work on? And, when we're working on those issues, how do you think we would be most effective? And an effective police organization should be aware of who their community is and how we can assist them. And this shows a great example of it. So, obviously you're connecting with a large segment and a large portion of our community. We're having a conversation about intimate partner violence. It's not necessarily, other news outlets that some people would recognize, but there's a large portion of our community who receives information this way. Absolutely. And thank you to you. Absolutely. So, it's important.
Thank you so much for acknowledging that. This is just our small, humble effort in trying to do what we can from right where we are. I always believe in doing that we don't wait for the right day, but we start with whatever we can from right where we are.
You are being humble. I'm just going to interrupt you. I have to say, I often have these conversations. One of the things that I recognize is this is a platform. So our ability to communicate to our community is crucial. Not only to how they perceive us, but our ability to protect them, to do the things that policing normally do. And thank you to you and to everybody that really provides us an opportunity to connect with our community. It's incredibly impactful.
Thank you so much. So now, while we are talking about what we can do as a community, so beyond policing, what do you believe as a larger community? Maybe it is work or school or as neighbors or workplaces. What can we do to support this already existing system or even prevent what's happening?
Ooh.
because a
How
large
many
number
minutes
of
do
our
we have?
large number of our viewers are watching, and I think I would want them to take that away from here in whatever
Yeah.
small way they can.
You know, and depending upon the age and the people that are viewing, I really think that one of the things that we need to do as a community are get back to what a community means. Like there seems to be this like hovering idea: mind your own business, don't get involved, don't know your neighbors, there's problems. But when you ask a person, anybody, and say, well, what was it like 10, 15, 20 years ago? They'll always give you a story about how it was comfortable, you knew your neighbors, there was kids. And that feeling of community, of protecting your community, the momentum that's created through it, I really think we need to get back to that. You know, we had 2 years where we went through a pandemic and you weren't allowed to talk to your neighbors. In fact, you weren't even allowed to walk within 6 feet of them. And that, I think there's some residual there that we need to move away from. And if we want our communities to be safer, our families to be safer, we really need to collectively pull ourselves together and demand that, not just from a police service, because of course we'll do our thing, but from our communities, from our neighbors. There should be that cohesion, and that's how we're going to make it better.
I think we have to get back to being more human and being human, right? As human beings, we need to be human. Yeah, I think that's a very amazing point. Now we are almost coming to the end of this. So before that, if someone's watching right now and is experiencing the intimate partner violence or knows somebody who is experiencing intimate partner, we went into depth of like what a whole process can look like, but what can be that first step for them? I think a lot of times what happens also is if I know somebody who's experienced, I'm just telling from a very hypothetical situation, me getting involved and me trying to report that or letting somebody know, if the system is very friendly and if I know that this is not going to come across where I am going to be, for a lack of better word, bothered unnecessary, and if there is a system who is more ready to listen, if I have that trust, I think a lot of people will come out even to support others, not just the survivors. I think if I know somebody. So we did look into something which was a holistic system, but just to break it down for our viewers, so what is the first step do you think that they can do towards this?
I think it begins with, really depends. You know, a person who's experiencing it, they have the autonomy to decide.
Absolutely.
Which I think is really important, right? It's an important decision. And you know, my advice to them would be reach out and get help. If it's a person who you know or who you believe is having the experience, you have to imagine those people are alone. And so it's something they're trying to hide. And I really think the way that you begin to support them is by letting them know they're not alone. Having the conversation, being there to support them, maybe offering them some advice. But my opinion is the first step is reaching out and asking for help. And, you know, things have changed. Of course, everybody has an idea of what will happen. What I can tell you is here in Peel, things have absolutely changed. We've made a huge investment. And this isn't just me as a police officer telling you that. We have some incredible partners who are probably more directive about how we will respond than we are as police. And we're there to support you. And the reality is everybody just wants to prevent tragedy. And so I would encourage people to reach out and get help.
So with that response from Deputy Chief, we will take a short commercial break here. We'll be right back with you and we'll discuss about things like what does this survivor-centric approach mean for survivors on the ground? What does it look like in action at the IPV unit? We will address some of those questions once we are back from the break. Stay with us.
अगर आपको दुबई या मिडल ईस्ट नुमा जेवरात की तलाश है, तो आपको दूर जाने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं। आज ही हमारे मिसिसागा रिजवे स्टोर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स। हमारे पास सोने के बेहतरीन कंगन, कड़े, झुमके, हार और सोने के सेट्स भी दस्तयाब हैं। शादी हो या मेहंदी या कोई भी फंक्शन, आपकी पसंद के तमाम जेवरात आपको हमारे स्टोर में मौजूद मिलेंगे। आज ही हमारे स्टोर पर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, 3465 प्लैटिनम ड्राइव, यूनिट 99, मिसिसागा, या फिर कॉल करें 905-828-0009। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, फरमाइश आपकी, गारंटी हमारी।
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस, जहां आपकी तमाम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस की जरूरियात पूरी होंगी। हमारे पास आपको हर टॉप ब्रांड मौजूद मिलेगा, चाहे वो वर्लपूल हो या एलजी, सैमसंग हो या जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक्स। हम इन सब के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। आइए और हमसे 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ उठाइए। हम आपको तमाम अप्लायंसेस सबसे बेहतर और सस्ते दामों पर फराहम करेंगे, ये हमारी गारंटी है। विजिट आवर वेबसाइट www.dixieelectronics.ca या फिर हमें कॉल कीजिए 905-625-5900. At Dixie Electronics and Appliances, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Legal problems don't wait, and neither should you. I'm Rohit Sharma. Whether you are facing criminal charges, buying your first home, or protecting your family, I'm here to help you. When your future is on the line, experience matters. At Rohit Sharma Law, we deliver results with clarity and care.
At Rohit Sharma Law, we specialize in a wide range of legal services, including family law, criminal defense, real estate transactions, immigration matters, civil litigation, and notary public services.
Book a consultation today. Let's take the next step together. You can call us at 416-741-1115 or email us at info@rohitlaw.ca.
Welcome back after the commercial break. We are in conversation with Deputy Chief Nick Milinovich from Peel Region Police, and we are discussing intimate partner violence, which is a burning issue in the community. But at the same time, we also need to look into the immense work that the Peel Region Police is doing in this sector. So again, like we did reiterate in last episode as well, but I think that's a very important point, that it's always better to prevent these things than get into a homicide or aftermath or investigation. I think that's a very important point. And so as a community, as a part of a community, I would like to extend my gratitude for making to this one. I think there's a lot of information, and I myself I'm stepping out of the studio, taking a lot of information and being very informed as a community member, as a community partner, because I think when we look at issues so grave and where everybody feels so vulnerable around these issues, the first step is what I think the toughest step. Mm-hmm. So once you take that first step, I think it just unfolds. And knowing that the Peel Region Police is doing so much in this sector, and it's like we said in the earlier episode as well, that it's not just about getting to the culprit or getting the offender, but also it is so survivor-centric. Mm-hmm. I think makes the whole difference. So thank you so much for leading that whole initiative and still working. And also I remember you quoted that there's so much to learn and there's mm-hmm. so much to improve and change. I think that's the best part, because as the community changes and as the dynamics in the community changes, we as service provider, we as a system also needs to be ready for all those changes.
So true.
Right. So thank you so much for being so open to all of that and sharing, what Peel Region Police is doing in this sector. Thank you for sharing not just the strategies, but also I feel you have created a hope in everybody who's watching this that the system is for us. The system is there to help us, and also that this is not just a police responsibility, but a collective effort. So this is what I am taking home from this episode here with Deputy Chief, that these issues in the community is as much ours as that of police. So they are here to help, but I think it is a very, very community issue, and is also very, very we have to take collective effort on this. So once we know that we are in this together, I think a lot of trust builds, a lot of, we make ways for a lot of safety spaces for women, for families, and for communities. So we try to make this conversation more open, and also bringing Deputy Chief here was to let all of our viewers know the system side of what happens in Peel Region Police, and being able to talk on the same page, that they are the police and the system is no different. They are not on the opposite side of the issue. They are with us on the same side of the issue, and they are here to help. They are here for us. All we need to do is take the first step and reach out. The community and the Peel Region Police is here to help us. So if any of you hearing here know anybody who's in the issue or has ever been into this or has ever faced it, please come out, reach out, and once again, thanks to Deputy Chief and the entire Peel Region Police for all that you do to keep us safer. Thank you so much for watching us, and thank you for being with us. This was Unfold, where every voice is a layer and every layer a revelation. This is your host Shristi, signing off for today. Thank you so much.